Hey, good morning. Welcome to our morning yoga session where we take some time to wake up the body, stretch it out, feel really good, let things be awesome. Oh, look at this nice sunny day that's happening. Sun's streaming in the window. So hopefully you guys can still see all right. Maybe I'll just be a silhouette doing yoga. Try to wear a nice bright shirt so that it would be easier to see me. So we'll see how that works out. So fun. The things I try to think of to make everything go smoothly. I think my mic that I usually wear is kaputs. I don't know how to fix it. Maybe I get to learn a new skill and we'll keep playing around with that. But anyway, so as long as you guys can hear me, I think it will work out good. And so yeah, welcome to our morning yoga. Today is Tuesday, May 5th. Yes, I thought I would say the date so that I would know actually what day it is to keep myself in line. So today is our Happy Hips class. Happens on Tuesdays and Thursdays where we'll move a little around and the hips will warm some stuff up. Sometimes they'll be easier, sometimes they'll be a little more challenging. I wanted to do some standing poses today with our hips class, but we'll get to that. So let's journey on down towards our mat here onto the ground. If you're not ready to be sitting on the floor yet, feel free to grab a chair, a couch, a stool, whatever it is you need to work on to prep your body for that. So yes, I get that. We don't often spend a lot of time sitting on the floor. So it's kind of one of those things that you might not be used to, and it might not be comfortable at all, but I encourage you to try it. We'll do the first little bit seated, and then we'll roll on down to our backs and whatnot. But I've been enjoying a little bit of a seated meditation style thing at first, just to kind of get everything settled here. And so hang on, let me just push all the buttons here. Excellent. So jumping in, sitting down, connecting in with those sits bones, starting to become awake, starting to feel into the body becoming aware. Roll those shoulders back and down. Let's start just by dropping those shoulders. Starting already right here to get rid of any stress and tension that might exist. Start to notice if you're squeezing any of your muscles together extra. So maybe if you're holding tension in your jaw, sometimes I clench my teeth at night, so I notice it especially in the morning. Make sure you can start to relax through the body. If you want to adjust your legs, if you don't like sitting crisscross, that's okay. You don't have to. You can sit with your legs extended or one leg extended, or find a position that works good for you. So this beginning portion here is just for you to start to become aware of your body. So maybe you even want to close your eyes. You can rest your hands on your knees, palms up, palms down, whatever works best for you, whatever feels more natural this morning. You'll feel it. Try one way and be like, oh no, I like the other way better. Good, that's what we're going for, starting to become aware of what your body actually wants this morning. And so there's always times to challenge it or times to embrace it. So let's take a nice big inhale breath. Let's breathe in nice and big, really fill the lungs. And exhale. Start to really let it go. Let's take a couple of those. Nice big inhale. Nice full exhale. Notice how in the inhales you can actually breathe in and get taller. On the exhales, roll those shoulders back and down. Beautiful. 2 or 3 more of those. Nice and big. Really just connecting in with the breath. Big inhale. Nice exhale. Breathing at your own pace or matching in with mine. Big inhale. And let it go. You can choose to breathe in and out through your nose or in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more, nice and big. Inside out. Beautiful. If you like to set an intention for your class, go ahead and do so now. Maybe you just want to smile at yourself, taking a little moment for gratitude. Maybe you have an actual intent, goal, or purpose for your practice or your time together this morning, whatever it might be. I like to think of something and then repeat it, kind of locking it in to my mind and to my practice. Because if I just say it once, I'm not going to remember. I think I'm like that with more than just my intention for yoga. So repeating it and taking a nice big inhale and exhale. Excellent. Let's roll on down onto our backs. Starting to feel that nice connection of our spine. Oh, that nice hard surface of the floor. Maybe notice your spine starting to adjust and move. You might hear little cracks and pops. I like to start with my knees bent, feet planted in the floor. But if you like to extend them long right off the bat, go ahead and do so. Let's inhale, take that nice good morning stretch. Ooh, maybe even yawning it out. Inhale, reach, and exhale. Just drop the arms. Have everything hang loose. All right, inhale, nice and big, nice inhale, reach those arms up. If you want more, you can kick those legs out, starting to open up through that front body. Really reaching nice and tall. Keep that nice tuck of the chin. Keep reaching. And exhale. Start to hug those knees in towards the chest. Taking that nice soft roll from side to side, feeling that nice massage over the body, over those hips, over that low back, maybe even over the shoulder. I think I have a little rib out of place, so I'm noticing that extra as I roll onto that right side. I thought I fixed it yesterday. I thought I got it right back in, but who knows? Maybe those muscles are still a little sore from it being out. The things our body does. All right, let's find our stillness. Really squeeze those knees in. Maybe lift the head and the shoulders up, kind of rounding into a nice little ball, nice and tiny, and roll those shoulders back down. Take a moment to adjust the shoulder blades. Then just hug the left knee in and send right leg either. Most gentle is knee bent into the ground. You can extend the foot a little more. You can extend the foot all the way. Give that left knee a nice big squeeze. Give a little shake, a little rock. Just starting to get into that hip joint ever so gently. Moving it around. Find that stillness. Really hug it in. Maybe hugging in more over the body, more out to the side. Just sensing into what you actually need this morning. Excellent. Start to relax, release. Hug right knee in, hug both in, and start to just hug the right knee in. Start to extend the left leg. Maybe you start nice and easy. Maybe you extend a little more. Maybe you find that max extension through that left leg, and then hug right knee in. Start to do a couple of circles with it, or just rock it side to side. Waking up that body, stretching through those hips. Getting into where it connects in with the leg. Oh, so good. All right, you can find that stillness, either hugging it in, open or closed. Just trying to keep those shoulders relaxed, even though you're using your arms to pull the leg in. Nice, just gentle stretch. Waking up that connective tissue. Waking up those tendons. Beautiful. Relax the leg a little bit, starting to let it go. Bring both knees in. Nice big squeeze. And then let's reach through the knees for the feet, coming into a nice, quick little happy baby. Starting things off, pressing that spine in. You can take that little rock from side to side if you want. And then let's find our stillness. Bring left foot in towards the sits bones. Extend the right leg nice and long. So waking up those hamstrings. Getting a little more into the hips. I feel like I've just got like tiny little T-Rex arms here. I feel like I could, maybe if I extend and hold behind the knee, I can find some more extension through the leg. So if you're in the same boat as me, as you feel like your arms are holding back the stretch, you don't have to hold on to the foot here. All right, let's bring right foot in towards the sits bones. Maybe grab back onto it. Extend the left leg. Excellent. Maybe if holding onto the toes doesn't work, yeah, just grab another part of the leg. Try to keep that chin a little tucked. Warming up through that hamstring. Keep trying to press out through that heel. All right, bend into one leg. Let's extend the right leg again. Beautiful. Bring that foot back in. Extend. Left leg. Oh yeah, feels great. Bring that foot back in. Come back into that nice traditional happy baby. Feet go up towards the ceiling. Knees naturally pull in towards the body, towards those underarms. Excellent. And let's try to keep the feet pressing up here, knees hugging in towards the body, and release the hands. So starting to engage through that core, pull the belly button inwards, reach those hands right overhead. So it is okay if the knees or the feet kind of move around a little bit here. You can find whatever works best to have them floating up. Reach nice and tall, and use that exhale breath, engage through the core, really press the hips and the shoulders down in towards the mat. Take one more inhale, get nice and tall, while the muscles and bones go like jelly, and use that exhale to squeeze. Instead of squeezing extra, lifting the hands, lifting the head and the shoulders, reach on through the legs, and lower back down. So we'll take a couple of these, warming up through the spine, using some of those hip flexors to keep the legs in place. Maybe a little bit of that lower core as well. Reaching nice and tall, using that exhale to be nice and strong, to reach yourself up. So if you want a gentler version of this, you can hold the head and just bring the head and the shoulders up. Or you can start to imagine a little resistance pushing against the arms in either direction that you're going. Keep hugging those knees in. We've got a few more to go here. All right, yes. Starting to feel that spine warming up as it rolls up and down. Let's take one more here. Reach nice and tall. Exhale, reach it through. Really squeeze. Hold here. Hold for 3, 2, maybe a little deeper. 1. Exhale, release the head back down. Send the feet right up towards the ceiling. If you want, you can hold on to the legs here. Coming into this nice waterfall stretch variation. Pressing through the heels, flexing through the toes. Trying to bring those toes closer towards the body. Finding that nice extension through the legs. Beautiful. Oh, excellent. All right, let's lower one leg down nice and slow for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg back up. Opposite leg, lower it down nice and slow for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up. So we'll just take a couple of these. Start to feel into that core as we're lowering down nice and slow for that count of 5. Excellent. Keep it going nice and slow. Just that little hover. Bring the leg back up. Maybe press both heels up, resetting. Pull that core inwards. Other leg starts to slowly go down here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up. One more other side. Lower it down nice and slow. Keep that engagement. Pull that belly button in. Use that lower core as you really extend nice and long. Bring it back up. I think one more on the other side keeps everything nice and balanced. Lowering down, extending nice and long. Excellent. Come on, back up. And hug those knees in towards the chest. Feeling that low back pressing in. Excellent. Beautiful. Feels so good. Just warming up through the body. Oh, so nicely. All right, as we're hugging our knees in, let's start to change the direction of that rock. So maybe you're rocking up and down and making your way into seated. So whether you just want to roll over into seated and press yourself up, or rock and roll up, taking a moment. I'm going to bring right leg out, mirroring you here. Left leg in. Pressing into both sits bones equally. See if you can find them again. Sitting nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, roll shoulders back and down. Excellent. Inhale, sweep it up. Reach up nice and tall. Exhale, pull the hands down. Nice big breath. Press into the hands. Roll those shoulders open. Activate into those arms. Beautiful. Let's inhale. Warming up through these arms here. So reach it up. If you want more, you can look up. If you want more still, you can try to add the back bend in. Use that exhale to pull down. Nice and strong. Engage through the core. Try to keep it engaged the entire time. Inhale. Reach it up. Exhale down. Let's reach up and hold this time. So reach those arms nice and tall. Imagine you're holding onto the sun. Like it almost looks like it with how bright it is. Reach up even more. Find all of that length. And let's tip over towards that extended leg, over towards that right side. Maybe that bottom arm just rests on the leg. Maybe you open up through that top shoulder, rolling it back. Maybe you reach a little farther. If you want, you can add a little pulse in here. I've been enjoying adding a pulse or not having static stretching as much. Just kind of changes stuff around. That's a little dynamicness to it. All right, keep reaching. One more big one. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up nice and strong and over towards the other side. So maybe you're just dropping that hand down. Still finding that openness through the shoulder. Top shoulder, spin it outwards. Maybe you walk that hand down a little farther. Maybe you extend down to forearm. Find that length through the arm. Really reach. Press into that bottom hand. Come all the way up. And one more time, over towards that leg. Should be a little more open now. Maybe you can reach for the toes. If not, you can still just press towards the inside. Reach that arm up overhead. Big giant stretch here. If you want more, you can reach for that opposite knee. Nice bent knee here. Oh, feel that stretch. I'm loving this. Maybe that's what this rib needed, was this side bend stretch. All right, let's come on back up. Reach up nice and tall. And exhale one more time over to the side. Feeling that stretch through the opposite side body. Finding that openness. Exhale, press into that bottom hand. Come on up. Reach it up. Pull hands down, hands to heart. Beautiful. All right, let's take this left knee, hug it in towards the body, find those sits bones. Roll those shoulders back and down, sitting nice and tall. And then reach right arm forward and start to spin it around, coming into a nice twist. Maybe you plant that hand back behind you like a second spine. Inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, maybe you twist a little deeper. Maybe you reach on for those left toes. If you want more, you can start to hold on to those toes and start to extend the left leg. If you want more still, you can start to float right arm up. Beautiful. Fun little twist. You can shake it around a little bit. All right. Plant it back down. Plant the foot in. Untwist. Hold on to that knee. Sit nice and tall. Excellent. And let's come in towards the other side. So extend the left leg long. Bring that right leg in. Find those sits bones. Roll shoulders back and down. A couple of nice warm-up stretches. Keep working through those shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale down. I like these two because it's really easy to connect the movement with the breath. Nice big inhale. Sweep it up. Exhale down. Next one, let's sweep up and hold. Reach it up nice and tall. Imagine holding on to the moon. Nice big inhale. See if you can get a little taller. Use that exhale. Start to tip over towards that extended leg. Maybe that bottom arm drops down. Maybe you're reaching and holding onto the toes. Roll that top shoulder nice and open. If you can't reach the toes, that's fine. Elbow can just plant. I like to plant it to the inside of my leg. Gives me a little resistance for spinning that arm open. And then reach, reach, reach. Oh, feel that beautiful side stretch. Excellent. Nice big inhale. See if you can get a little taller. And add that little pulse in if you want. Finding that edge, feeling where max is and releasing. Finding that edge again. Might be different every time. All right, reach nice and long. And then let's start to come up, sweep both arms up. Then exhale over towards the other side. Maybe you're pressing into the hand, maybe come down onto forearms. and play around with it. Feels good on this side. If that hip starts to pop up, start to roll it back in though, pressing into those sits bones. Roll top shoulder open. Maybe the gaze goes upwards. Maybe reach a little farther. Excellent. Press into that bottom hand. Let's start to journey up. Sit nice and tall. And over towards that extended leg. You're reaching for the toes. Roll the top shoulder open. Maybe finding that little pulse. Feeling that nice connection. Feeling that nice stretch through the side body. See if you can make it just not through the low body into the hips. See if you can feel through the ribs, through the underarm, through the arm itself. Excellent. Inhale, come all the way up. Over towards the other side. Last time on this side. Beautiful. Oh, nice big stretch. Excellent. Inhale. Reach up nice and strong. Bring that right knee. Bring it on in. Give it a nice big hug and squeeze. I kind of shift my shoulders to be a little more in line with my extended leg as I do that. Sit nice and tall and strong. Holding on with that right hand around the leg. Left hand reaches forward. Maybe palm spins to the outside. Reach all the way around. Plant that hand in behind you, like that second spine. Inhale, get nice and tall. Lift through the heart. Exhale, start to twist open towards the left. If you're happy hanging out here, go ahead and do so. If you want to play around with that right leg, maybe you're reaching for the toes, the ankle, the knee, and start to extend it. Maybe give it a nice little shake. Maybe start to float that back arm up, using that core to hold the twist. Beautiful. Oh, feels good. Keep lengthening. Don't let the shoulders hunch up. And exhale, plant that foot back in. And twist it. Give it a nice big squeeze. Roll shoulders back and down. Beautiful. All right, let's start to drop it open. Let's bring both soles of the feet to touch. Get all the dog hair that's collecting to me as I sit on the ground. I vacuum, I swear, like every day, but it's shedding season. All right, coming into that nice cobbler. So bring the soles of the feet to touch if you're able to. And if you're really struggling with it, just try bringing the feet a little farther apart. Maybe that makes it a little bit easier. Maybe you're holding onto the knees. So roll the shoulders back and down, lengthen through the spine. Nice tuck of the chin. See if you can get a little taller. Really press it in. If you're hanging out here and that's way too easy, we'll bring the feet in a little bit closer. And the knees might come up. That's okay. Try to press them down towards the ground. Finding that nice stretch through the inner thigh. Feels oh so good. Hanging out here, nice long spine. Heart is lifting. Big inhale breath. Nice soft exhale. One more of those. Big inhale. And big exhale. Beautiful. Start to release. Bring those knees, maybe with helping hands, back up. And making our way into an all fours position. So coming into hands and feet nice and stacked. Excellent. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Nice big inhale, start to look up. Drop that belly down, press into the hands here. Activate through those shoulders. Really extend long through the crown of the head. Exhale, start to tuck the chin, roll through that spine. Press on in to those shoulders, into those hands. Really feel that huge extension. Moving with your own breath. Inhales to look up. Exhales to round. Oh, I just love these. I can't not do these now. It just actually feels so good on my back, on my body, through my shoulders, that I love it. All right, come to a nice neutral here. Pressing into those hands. Make those fingers nice and wide. Are your fingers glued together, or can you make them look like giant pizza slices? Pressing into those, the palms of your hand, into the thumbs, into the edges of the fingers. Kind of give them a little squeeze. Nice and active, becoming aware of your hands. Beautiful. And then let's send right toes back. Let's touch them down in towards the floor, rolling that right hip down. So let's play around with this a little bit this morning. So hips are nice and level with the ground. And then start to roll that hip open. Notice how your foot maybe needs to shift out towards the side. So to keep this really gentle, you can keep the foot down on the ground. If you want a little more from this motion, that's where we can engage through the core, pull that belly button in, start to float that foot up. So here, toes are pointing down, hips are square with the ground. And then as we open, we can spin and push into those hands, toes point outwards. So we'll take a couple of these, rolling the hip down, then opening it up. So this actually works that standing leg more than it does the leg that's moving and floating around, or the hip that's floating around in the air. So just start to sense into that. And can you feel that glute muscle activating? Can you feel the side body muscles, those back muscles? Are you still pressing in with your hands? Roll it down, roll it open, extend nice and long through that heel, flex through the toes, keep that nice engagement, roll that hip down nice and strong. Maybe you float that foot up a little higher, extend long through the knee. Let's bring a bend to that foot and take 5 little pulses here. So kicking upwards, using that glute, using that low back, starting to strengthen, nice and strong. One more, kick it up and lower that knee all the way back down. You can take that gentle sway from side to side. Maybe you look over the shoulder, maybe you don't. Feel free to use any pillows or props you need to prop up that knee. If that knee was getting sore, you can fold the mat over. That's a nice one. All right, find your stillness, press into those hands, fingers still nice and wide. Send left toes back, touch them down, nice square hips. Really become aware of the body there. Rolling left hip down, and then maybe even here, roll left hip open. Notice how the foot adjusts, toes spin outward. Roll it back down. If you want more, engage that core, pull that belly button in, float the leg up. And we'll take a couple of nice opening and closing down that hip here, working through the other side. Excellent. If you want to connect in with that breath, you can use the inhales to open the hip, exhales to roll it back down. If you want, you can keep flexing through the toes. If you want a little more engagement through that leg, then keep pressing into the hands, keeping those shoulders nice and active. Using that standing leg. Excellent. Couple more. Open it up. Close it down. One more time. Nice and open. Really flex, extend long. Exhale, close it down. Press into those hands. Maybe the foot goes up a little higher. Bend through that knee. Send the foot up towards the ceiling. Let's take our 5 little pulses here. So extend up and down, squeezing through that glute, feeling that low back for 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Swing that knee all the way down. Take that nice gentle sway, side to side. Beautiful. Oh, so good. All right, let's sense into those hips. Let's come to our stillness. Bring the knees nice and wide and push back to sit on your feet. Reach those hands forward for your child's pose. Drop that head down and connect in with the breath. Taking 5 full breaths here. Inhaling nice and slow. Exhaling to release. Let any tension go. Notice if you're squeezing any muscles. How do those hip flexors feel? And if you want a little more, you can add a little pull sensation into the hands, stretching more into those shoulders. You can switch that up with a little pushing sensation, just targeting different muscles through the shoulders. A little pull, a little push. Nice neutral, maybe relax through the arms. Last big breath, nice inhale. A nice full exhale. Pressing into those hands, start to come up. We're coming into our downward dog, so tuck those toes under. Press into those hands, nice and strong. Lift the hips. Press, press, press. Excellent. Really reaching, drop that head. Give it a nice shake. No. Beautiful. Let's transition this into our plank pose. So bring those shoulders over the hands, engage through the core. You can drop down to your knees, but we won't be here too long, so let's push back into our downward dog. Reach it out nice and strong. Let's take 2 more of those, rolling into plank. Nice strong core. Press it in. Lift those hips up. Excellent. Last one. Drop those hips down. Find your plank pose. Hold here. 1 full inhale. Nice big exhale. Press into those hands. Nice downward dog. Oh yeah, feel that nice stretch. Look towards the top of the mat. Hop, step, jump, or tiptoe. Into a nice forward fold. Nice dangle down here. Shake the head no. Nod it yes. Get all the dog fur off your leggings. Beautiful. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Roll those shoulders back and down. Bend through the knees, sink hips, sweep those arms up. Wonderful chair pose. Reach up. Nice and strong. Maybe sink those hips a little more. Maybe reach those arms up a little higher. If that's too much on the shoulders, bring the hands to heart. Sink a little lower. Press all the way up to standing. Reach those arms up. Hands to heart. Excellent. Inhale, reach up. Nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Step that left foot back. We're coming into our warrior 1 position. So back foot is all the way down. Roll right hip back, left hip forward. Bring a sink into that front leg. Feet are nice and strong. Press into your mat. Keep rolling that right hip back. Let's sweep those arms up. Reach up nice and tall. Pull those lower ribs in. Nice big inhale so you can get a little taller. Exhale, engage. Inhale, nice and tall. Reach up. Exhale, maybe sink a little lower. Beautiful. Excellent. Let's release those hands down. Press into the leg. Squaring those hips off. Roll down. Lift through the heart. Your hands are on the hips. And exhale, leading with the heart. So the heart is what's pushing forward here as we start to fold and hinge from those hips. Keep rolling that right hip back, feeling that nice stretch through the right hamstring. Keep pressing into the legs. If you want more, you can reach those hands back behind you, maybe even interlacing them, getting a little more through the shoulder. Lowering down to your edge. Extending along through the crown of the head, all that length through the spine as you keep pressing that heart forward. Excellent. Relax those arms back down if you have them engaged. Maybe hands on the hip. Bend through that front knee. Start to press into that foot. Come on, all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink and engage. Beautiful little pyramid posture. Loving it. Inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, start to shift the weight into your front foot. Maybe you're coming up onto those back toes. Maybe find that strength. So we're working towards our warrior 3 here. So kicking into that back foot. Maybe you simply hang out here. And this is your warrior 3, back toes just touching down. And if you want more from it, start to reach more forward and float left hip up. Engage through that foot. If you need to, extend the arms out to the side or to the back. Playing around with it. Keep rolling left hip down. Beautiful. Just like we did with our arms pressing into the ground. Even if you imagine with your hands pressing in, or if you have a little table or chair there, you can really do that. Roll that hip down. Extend through the heel. And then you can reach the arms out wherever you'd like. Forward is more challenging. I like to fly like an airplane a lot of the times. Helps me balance. Keep pressing into that standing leg. Maybe that foot comes up a little higher. All right, let's float it and land it back in that warrior 1. With control, toes come down. Sink into it, reach up. Nice big inhale. Exhale, sink. Roll those shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Keep rolling that right hip back. Feeling that nice stretch. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Beautiful. Let's release those hands down. Excellent. And step towards the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull the hands down, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. You can add a little back bend in here if you want, pushing the hips forward. Maybe gaze goes up, maybe arms reach back. And then release, hands to heart. Beautiful. And step those right toes back and coming towards our warrior one. So back foot completely planted, toes angling out towards the front. Roll that left hip back, bend through the knee, sweep those arms up, reach up nice and tall, pull that belly button in, inhale, lengthen, exhale, sink, inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen, feeling that nice stretch, maybe through those right hip flexors. This is right where I feel it in this warrior one. You might feel it somewhere else, that's okay, our bodies are just a little different. I hold my tension right there. Keep rolling left hip back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop those hands down to the side or a little bit behind you. Straighten through that front leg. Maybe bring those hands onto the hips to feel for that hinge. Leading with the heart, lift the heart. Exhale, press into the feet. And start to bow forward, coming into your forward fold. Hinging right at those hips. Keep drawing left hip back. If you want more, you can reach those hands back. More still, interlace. Lift through the shoulders. Keep extending long through the crown of the head. Keep pushing that heart forward. Big inhale. Nice exhale. Excellent. Release those hands. Bend through that front knee. Sweep it up. Reach up. Roll left hip back. Press into the feet. Nice and strong. Really lift. Excellent. Exhale, drop those arms down. And start to transition that weight into that front leg. So maybe you're coming up onto those back toes. As you come forward, maybe reach those hands forward. Reaching. Starting to float into that warrior three. So maybe you're here. Maybe you kick that foot up. Roll that right hip down, nice and strong. Maybe you flex through the foot, extending through the heel. Take a moment, find your drishti point. Feel nice and solid here. Excellent. Maybe you imagine planting your hands down so you can roll that hip down. Excellent. Maybe you take a little moment and almost fall over. That works too. Working with that balance, working with that standing leg, pressing nice and strong. Keep a little bounce to that knee. Play around with those arms. Maybe try reaching them forward. Beautiful. All right, let's start to float up, landing it back in that warrior one. Sink through the leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, engage. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink. Keep rolling left hip back. Beautiful. Drop those hands down and step towards the top of the mat. Let's inhale nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach it up. A little back bend available if you want it. Exhale, reach it up. And bow it down into your forward fold. So maybe you're just hanging out halfway. Maybe you're dropping those arms down, dropping that head down. Maybe bend through the knees. Resting the body. Maybe you retie your shirt. Nice big inhale. And exhale, release. See if you can deepen a little more. When you want more, you can stand on your fingers for that little gorilla pose. And stretching through those shoulders. Let it feel really good. Here's our recovery as we get ready to play around on the other side with some more postures. All right, let's inhale, nice halfway lift, nice flat back. Maybe even press your hands into your legs to roll your shoulders back and down. Excellent, bend through the knees, sink those hips. Sweep those arms up, beautiful chair pose. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, sink. Press into those feet, reach all the way up. Nice and strong. Hands to heart. Beautiful, inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. This time, stepping right toes back first. Coming into our warrior two. So toes point towards the long edge of the mat. Arms sweep open. Ooh. Excellent. Bending into that front knee. Reach it out. Nice and strong. Imagine that hip opening. So I just like to cue that because even if you don't actually move anything in your body, but you just imagine right hip spinning open, you'll get a little different stretch through some of the muscles. So keep that knee, front knee, over the foot, and lots of times we'll just naturally curl that hip down, and we're trying to do our warrior two like this, but as we spin that hip open, or imagine it so, then we can find a little more length through those arms, reaching forward and back, pressing into those feet. Maybe you can sink a little deeper, let it feel really good. Excellent. Let's come into our extended side angle, drop that elbow down, reach arm up overhead, roll shoulder open, feeling that nice stretch through the side body, reach a little more. If you want more, you can start to reach that bottom arm down. Adding that nice resistance. All right, press into the feet, let the feet lift you back up to our warrior two. Nice and strong. Let's tip things the other way. Reaching up for our exalted warrior. Keep sinking into that front knee. Find that length. Big inhale, reach the arm a little more. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Come on back up, warrior two. Excellent. Straighten through that front leg. Give it a nice little break. Keep reaching those arms out. Flip the palms facing forward. Give yourself that nice little thumbs up. Well, encouragement, you're doing great. Keep pressing into the legs here. Nice and strong. Kick that hip out towards the right. For a triangle, reach forward. Keep reaching. Reach forward. Don't bend down. Just keep reaching until you're at your max. And then reach left hand down, right hand up. Beautiful. Find all that nice openness. Pressing into the legs. You can have a bend to this knee. If that hammy doesn't want you to be straight here, listen to your body. See if you can get a little taller, extending long through the crown of the head. Big inhale. Exhale, press into the feet. Excellent. Bring a bend to that knee. Let's come on back to our warrior two. Reach it out nice and strong. Excellent. Relax those hands down onto your hips. Heel toe that back foot a little bit closer as we get ready to come into our half moon. So maybe you need a little prop, or I've got a table here, but if you need a little block in front of that left foot, always a great option. So now my feet are quite close together, but I like starting this from our warrior two setup because it keeps the hips nice and open. So you can reach those arms out and then start to transition that weight onto that front foot, onto that left leg. So maybe you just come up onto the toes. Maybe they come up a little more. So now I have ankle, knee, hip all in line. Trying to bring that right hip over top as I reach the left hand down. Right hand up. Floating that foot up. Excellent. Extending through the heel. Nice flex. So just like we rolled that hip open in our all fours position, imagine that opening up here. As you're ready, maybe you can sink it down a little more. Maybe you're reaching down for the ground. Find that length through the crown of the head. Reach it up. Nice and strong here. Excellent. Start to float it back up with control. Landing it back. And that little baby warrior two. Great work. All right, relax those hands and step towards the front of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Maybe you want a little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. I'm going to switch to the other side of the mat, so my back's not towards you. Bringing my block with me so I can stay nice and stable. So let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Press in, nice and strong. Send the left foot back into that nice warrior two position. Left toe is pointing towards that long edge. Right toe is still pointing forward. Sink into that front knee. Roll that left hip open. Notice how that opens up through the shoulders. Reach it out. Excellent. Nice big inhale. Exhale, sink. Feel that strength. Press into the feet. A little tuck of the pelvis. Whoop. Pull that belly button in. Excellent. Drop that elbow down. Reach up overhead. Nice extended side angle. Really reaching. Maybe really sink into that front knee a little more. And if you want more, you can drop right arm down. The left arm can go up, overhead, anywhere in between, back behind you. Excellent. Find that length through the crown of the head. Press into the feet here. Use that engagement to float yourself back up. Warrior two. Nice and strong. Sink into it. Flip. Palm facing up. Tip it back for your exalted warrior. Maybe you do the eye roll teapot, hand on the hip. Reaching it up. Maybe that hand tracks down the leg or it tucks back behind you. Using some more of that core. Sink into it. Reach a little more. Beautiful. It's coming back up. Warrior two. Straighten through that front leg. Give it a nice little break here. Excellent. Kick that hip out towards the left. Keep pressing into the feet. Reach those arms forward. Palms face forward. Give yourself the thumbs up. Excellent. Reach forward. Keep reaching. Let it be all about this reach here. Finding your max until you don't think you can get your fingers any farther forward. And then you can drop that hand out. Reach the other one up. Find that nice length. You can be gently bent. You can press in nice and long. Let your triangle pose feel really good for you. Maybe you want to reach overhead. What does your shoulder need today? Nice big inhale, so you can grow a little taller. Exhale, press into the feet. Nice strong engagement. Excellent, bend through that knee. Press into the feet, sweep it up. Beautiful warrior two. Relax those arms down. Heel toe that back foot in a little bit. Next, I'm going to bring my front one back a bit too, so I have room to tip over. So coming into that little baby warrior two stance. Nice and gentle, hips are nice and square. And start to transition that weight into that front foot. Maybe hopping up on those back toes. Maybe that right arm reaches forward. Then you can do the I'm a teapot down too. That works. Floating that foot up, playing around with your balance. Excellent. I like the block because it brings the ground closer, then I can press into that shoulder, and then I can really focus on that back foot, extending long through the heel, keeping hips stacked on each other, reaching that arm up. Nice and strong. And so if you notice here on me, my right toes are not pointing perfectly forward. That's just how my hips work. So I can embrace it and stay there. Or if you want to work on alignment, if you're working with like certain postural things, it's okay to change how you naturally go. And I'm going to try to wiggle those toes out in that pose so that maybe they'll learn. Keep reaching, keep extending. So much easier if you have a block feel like I can hold this for a decent amount of time. Well, let's start to come out of it with control. So floating that hand up, off the block, and landing it back in that nice little baby warrior two position. Whoop, beautiful. Drop the hands down, step towards the top of the mat. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, take the back bend if you want it. Exhale, hands to heart. Reach up one more time. Exhale, lowering down into that nice forward fold. I'm digging the halfway here. Just find that length through the spine. Now I'll hinge from the hips. Beautiful. Take that nice big inhale breath. Exhale, let it go. Give that head a nice shake no. Maybe release through the arms, giving them a little wave, letting them be wild, flopping around. It's good for your proprioception. Not only are you upside down, but actually having your arms hit your leg a little bit and closing your eyes. This totally works for the brain, keeping track of where you are in space and time. All right, let's inhale, halfway lift. Find that length through the crown of the head. Exhale, bend the knees. Drop the hands down. Take that big step back into your downward dog. Press into those hands. Find that length through the shoulders. Maybe pedal out the feet. Letting it feel really good. Excellent. Keep pressing into those hands. And then let's drop those knees nice and wide into that child's pose. Or puppy pose if you want to keep the knees and hips aligned. That feels really great on the back. Pressing back into it feels really great on the hips. Three to five full inhales and exhales here. Really filling the lungs. Exhale to soften. Nice big inhale. Let it go. One more, nice and big. Fill the lungs. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Start to press into those hands. Come on up. Bring the knees a little bit closer together. Then start to sit back on the feet. Taking just a couple of moments here, working with the feet. Letting it feel really good. Roll those shoulders back and down, lift through the heart. Next, and if that's too much, you can come up onto the knees a little more, or even pressing into the hands, or sitting on a block, taking some of the weight out of the knees and the ankles. Find that length. Beautiful. All right, let's come into a position where we're laying down on our backs. There's no fun transition there. Sorry guys, I was thinking about it, but then I saw the time. So we'll just be down on our backs, planting the feet in towards the mat. Roll those shoulders back and down. Press that low back in towards the mat. Nice and strong. Excellent. Let's bring the right ankle onto left knee. Send that knee backwards. Really open it up. Feel that nice stretch through the IT band. Maybe through those hip flexors. Just working with that stretch there. I love opening it up first because then when you float the legs up, you're working different muscles. And this feels real good on more of the sidelines of that body. All right, relax the legs. Find that neutral. And then start to float left leg up. Maybe you just grab onto the top of the knee. Maybe you can reach around back of the thigh. Hug those legs in. Find that sweet spot. Maybe you're feeling this more through the hamstring. Maybe through the glute. Take a nice big inhale breath. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale. Soften. Keep that chin nice and tucked. See if you can relax the arms or the shoulders and just use the strength in the arms to pull the legs in. Nice little reclined pigeon here. Really working with those hip flexors, those hip muscles now. Feeling good. Look at this beautiful sunshine we have today. How glorious. Oh. In about an hour, the sun will be almost like perfectly on my mat. And then I can just do hot yoga. That's what I was worried about with the morning ones. But it's all good. All right, one more nice big inhale. Exhale, side out. And start to release the hands. Excellent. Drop the foot down. Uncross the legs. Take a little moment, maybe windshield wiper, dropping the knees from side to side. Feel that big stretch. Feel that rebound going back towards neutral. Find your stillness. And coming into the other side, left ankle onto the right knee. Open up, push that left knee all the way back as far as you can. Feel that huge stretch. Oh, it feels so good. Right on the side of the hip. Excellent. Keep holding here. Keep actively pressing it back. Let it feel nice. Big inhale. Exhale. Bring that leg back towards neutral. And then start to float right leg up. Maybe you just hold on to the top of that right knee. Maybe you just hold on to that left foot and the knee. Maybe you reach on through, pulling the legs in closer, finding your sweet spot. Oh, let it feel good. You're welcome to take a little movement here. If you like to rock from side to side here, it gives a little massage on the low back. Or you just enjoy the stillness of pulling the leg in, feeling that nice release, seeing if you can soften. Take a nice inhale breath, really extend long through the crown of the head. Exhale, tuck the chin, relax the shoulders. Keep the engagement of the arms, with the legs pulling inward. Beautiful. Let it feel oh so sweet. Nice big inhale. And an exhale. Beautiful. All right, release that leg or the foot, whatever you're holding on to. Lower that right foot back in towards the ground. Uncross. Take that little drop from side to side. Just check the time here. Oh, yeah. Now 2 more minutes. We can throw a little twist in. It'll feel good. All right. Bring. So this is the twist I want to do. I want to bring my left leg in towards my body. Right leg goes nice and long. Kicking my block. Excellent. Holding onto my left leg with my right hand. Left arm reaches out. And start to keep both shoulder blades planted down as you roll onto that right hip. Feeling a little bit of twist in the spine. Maybe you feel it more through the hip. You can just plant that foot down, or you can start to drop that knee down as well. If you want more, you can really extend long through that leg, that right leg. If you want more still, look to the left. Nice twist. Excellent. Turn the head to neutral. Release. Start to roll back onto your back. Left knee hugs in. And switch the legs. Left leg goes long. Right knee hugs in. Oh, nice big squeeze. Holding onto that right leg with your left hand. Right hand reaches out. And start to roll onto that left hip. Maybe you're just hanging out here with that leg floating. Maybe you can get those right toes down. Maybe try to get the knee down. Maybe you extend long through that left leg. Maybe you look to the right. All sorts of fun things you can do here. Remembering to breathe. Take that big inhale. Let it out. Beautiful. And turn the neck to neutral. Release the twist, rolling back onto your back. Hug both knees in towards the body. Maybe you round up into that tiny little ball again. Head towards the knees. Relax back down. Maybe you reach on for the feet for that final nice little happy baby. Resetting that spine as you pull into the feet, kick into the hands. Let it feel oh so good. And now taking some time for your freestyle. So what does your body want here? Is there another pose or movement? If you're totally ready to just settle into your Shavasana, that's also an option. It doesn't have to be more work. It can be relaxing, restorative. I totally want a little reclined cobbler, so I'm going to bring the soles of the feet to touch, let the knees fall open, and rolling my shoulder blades back and down, lifting through the heart. Feels great. You can do something totally different, but I do like to offer a couple of suggestions, especially if you're new to the yoga world and you don't know really where to go in your freestyle. Really just playing around doing anything. It doesn't even have to be an official yoga pose. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, you can settle into your Shavasana. Don't rush your freestyle. If you're having fun working on something, go ahead and embrace it. But this is where I will leave you, is working with your own Shavasana. Take all of your time. Maybe you just turn your phone off and take 10 big full breaths, feeling the movement of breath throughout the body. I hope that in whatever pose you find yourself in, it is a little moment of bliss. I hope that in your Shavasana, in your silence with yourself, that you are comfortable and find love with yourself. I pray that the rest of your day is filled with joy, and I hope that you are always blessed. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I love doing this yoga. You guys are amazing. Thanks for tuning into my live or rewatching, and I will see you next time. So thank you so much.